Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Look what I got on the table today. I've got a Benelli Ethos. These are very nice, very refined shotguns. The action is super smooth on them and the wood is real. Everything about this just exudes class. So let me pick this critter up and show you a few things about it. First we'll show that it's not going to bite either one of us. So we'll start down here, all the way at the back end of it, where we've got AA grade walnut for the stock. No polymer here other than this little bit of padding for your cheek, but the stock is actually real wood. It's got some really nice checkering up through here. Then you end up into the receiver where you have a nickel-plated alloy, and this is available in an anodized black as well. It would look somewhat like this, really high sheen. And then the barrel is blued. So with the black top part of the receiver, which is the black anodized with the high sheen, and the nickel-plated alloy, you just get a really nice look. Everything about it, everything's shiny, everything's smooth. And even when you take the internal components, there are no machining marks. This is where a lot of time has been spent doing this right. Well, I'm at this end of it, and this thing is 49.5 inches long, so it's going to be real difficult to try to get the whole thing in frame at once. So we'll start down at this end. It has a really nice butt pad. It's a rubber butt pad, and it has what they call their progressive comfort system. And I'll take a quick second once I get this zoomed in, and I'll put a picture of the screen of the design of it. Basically, it's a two-stage buffer spring system that absorbs the recoil, makes it very smooth to operate. At the heel, it has a 2¼ inch drop. When you come forward to the comb, it has an 1.5 inch drop. And it has a 14¾ inch length of pull trigger to the back of it. And there are some shims that you can buy from them to adjust the length of pull, but it doesn't come with it. Nice gold trigger, and it's not actual gold, it's plated, but it just looks nice. The whole look of the gun is nice. You'll see there's a crossbolt safety. Got my finger off it. It's on and then off. And if on the off position, you'll see the red shows. And I'll flip it over and show you the other side. Now these come in a right-handed variant only. There are models of Benellis that are left-hand available, but the Ethos series is right-handed. And the same checkering and finish and engraving carries forward onto the other side of it. And as I move down the length of the thing, you'll see there's a carbon fiber vent rib. It's got a bead here in the middle. And if I go a little further down, it has a fiber optic front sight, and it comes with 3 colors, yellow, red, and green. And they're interchangeable. They just basically pop out. They snap in there and they snap in solid, so they're not going to come out when you're firing it. But you can change it easily without tools, and you're not having to melt tubes. You just pop this out and put the new one in, and the 3 colors come with it. And you can see just the barrel's nice and smooth and well finished. The barrel and the choke tubes are cryo-treated to give them much more rigidity and strength. And there's an example of the choke tubes that come with it. There's one in the gun, and then it comes with a full set. So it's got the full set all the way from cylinder all the way on up, and the tool necessary to change it. And this isn't a flimsy, thin little tin tool. This is a nice, solid, robust tool. So it's going to hold up well, and the choke tubes themselves are even nice and robust and thick and solid. So typical Benelli, everything is very well done. Here's the bead I showed you at the midpoint. It's a little easier to see it in this particular view. And that would line up with the front fiber optic. And of course, this isn't the type of gun that's going to be tapped for a Picatinny rail or have any sort of tactical features on it. That's just not the position of this. Obviously, it could be used for those types of things. This would make an awesome 3-gun shotgun. But it's designed mostly for trap, skeet, bird hunting, things along those lines. You could take it hog hunting, with the cylinder bore, you can put slugs in it and definitely get the job done. But that's not what they're targeting with it's about $2,150 is MSRP. You can get it a little bit less, but that's not the target for this type of shotgun. It's chambered up to 3-inch magnum, but it'll also take 2 3/4, and it'll hold 4+1 with the 2 3/4. And it does come from the factory with a blocker in it to limit it for bird hunting, especially for federally protected, where you're limited to N number of rounds. But it's easy to remove. You just pull the magazine tube cover off, disassemble it, which I'll show you that. You would unscrew the magazine cover, pull it out, and then the plug comes out. This, by the way, actually has a nylon bushing to prevent it from seizing, so regardless of the conditions. This is the type of gun that's designed to be used in the harshest of possible conditions, even though most likely the owners of this type of gun wouldn't use it in those conditions. And everything on this operates smooth. The loading, everything about loading it is smooth. In fact, it's designed to be easy and smooth to load. It's got a 2-part catch. Everything about this is designed for smoothness. Even operating is just super smooth and super light. You know, a lot of the automatic shotguns will have, you know, a knurled post that sticks out and you grab it and it just jitters the whole way and hangs up and you've kind of just got to get busy with it. This, even with a little finger, you can cycle it. The inertial system that's in this, it does a couple of things. One, it keeps all the gas up front. You know, the gas basically just ejects. It doesn't use gas to cycle the gun. It uses inertia, and it's a fairly complicated system. But a couple of things that are nice about it. One is it's very smooth, as you saw. It is designed to absorb recoil. It's also designed to work with any range of loads. It'll go all the way down to 2.5 dram, 7/8 ounce, all the way up to the hottest 3/8 magnums, with no need to play with any kind of a gas system. You just load it and fire it, and it just works. And this gun also worked from day one. First round fired to last round fired, it just worked. Now, we did find that with hotter loads, even though, you know, the whole gun end to end is designed to manage recoil well, the Mossberg 930 actually felt less powerful recoil with the gas system. So it's really probably going to do more for just reliability to fire any round than it is for the ultimate in recoil mitigation. When you fire heavy rounds through this, you do know that you fired a heavy round. There's no doubt about that. The trigger on this is also very short and very smooth. So I'm going to hold it, take the safety off, and I'll put my finger on it. I'll just hold it this way. That's the whole travel. Comes in around the 4-pound mark, super short travel, super crisp. It's very, very nice trigger. If you were using this for something like skeet or trap or bird hunting, you're not going to jerk the gun when you pull the trigger. The gun is going to stay right on target. And with 6.7 pounds, it's not the lightest thing out there, but it's also not ridiculously heavy for the fact that it's got a fairly long barrel. This one has the 28-inch barrel. There is a 26-inch barrel available. And this platform is available in both 20 and 28 gauge for lighter loads, for, you know, let's say children, if you're wanting to teach them, or if all you're wanting to do is trap and skeet and you don't want to deal with being beat up by 12 gauge, the lighter loads will allow you to have less recoil in the same basic platform. So now that I've pulled the trigger, one thing you'll notice, if I pull the bolt back, it'll lock. I can also release the bolt. Oops, I'm sorry, I'll release the bolt and it'll go back forward. And at this point now, it'll cycle freely unless I hit the bolt lock. Then I can lock the bolt again. And again, I can release it. I'm not going to let the bolt slam closed. But it works very, very, very nicely. Overall, I found this shotgun to be a pleasure to shoot. You may not have been able to see with my fingers in the way the buttons I was pushing, so the bolt lock is here. And then this will release the bolt. And it works very easily. I've had some shotguns where it's difficult to get these in place or hard to push it. When I've got the bolt locked back, so I'll just push up on it. It was just a light push with my thumb, lock the bolt back. And then, of course, again, to release the bolt, just a light touch. Now, normally, if you were chambering around, you wouldn't mess with the bolt. You'd let it go home. For just a light touch, and it closes. So overall, just easy to use. It's there's no weirdness about it. It's consistent with most other shotguns. It's easy to maintain. It stays relatively clean, especially in the receiver area. It stays relatively clean because there is no gas used to operate the gun. And I just enjoyed shooting it. It would be perfect for hunting if you wanted to take something that's nice out, which of course duck hunting and bird hunting, you often use nicer guns like this. and it's good for a range day. What we were using it for, blowing up water jugs and shooting at pieces of paper, is way underneath what a gun like this is really designed to be used for. But it was fun doing it. Beyond that, if you've got a couple grand to spend on a really nice shotgun, you will get your money's worth. You won't be wasting your money on this. And if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell to be notified if you do. Check us out on Gunstreamer, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, Facebook, kind of all over the place. Thank you.